That was always the dream. The dream was to have a business that didn't own you, that you owned the business, and you have helped us to create that.
I'm Julianne, the owner along with my husband of Align female-only small group training. We currently have 165 members.
Our biggest challenge was we didn't really have a strategy in place on how to grow and how to move to the next step. Trying to get the marketing where more people would come in, so we would have more people in the front end to try to convert them into our members. We tried to copy other people to see what they were doing, but didn't really have the infrastructure in the back to help us along the way.
He didn't have like a clear strategy for growth of the business. It was just a case of trying to kind of blindly grow it, get more front-end offers in, but with no real end goal. Also, obviously, in terms of systems and strategies in the background, there was none of that framework in place. We were just trying to work harder to get somewhere. So yeah, it was frustrating, stressful and chaotic.
Looking back now, we weren't a business, we were PTs trying to walk the floor with no floor to walk. How do you showcase your business to people whenever you don't have an audience to showcase it to? So it was putting that into place, but then once they come through the door, how do we nurture them and keep them coming back for more and convert them into recurring revenue. Following Ollie from basically whenever he was in the wee small gym and watching him grow his gym into what it is today, and then you seen yourself coming on board, watching your stuff, and never really took a plunge because I thought I knew better. Baby number one just arrived. It was hard I make this gym successful where I don't have to be in it 24/7 and I can be at home with my wife to help her do what she needs to do. And then lastly, how can I have my wife have the freedom to not have to work?
I actually had no idea that he was going to join the Gym Owners Network until he had actually joined. And then he told me, but he was watching you guys on YouTube flat out. And I was like, are you watching another episode of that? Like, what are you watching? And like, I could see him like taking notes. And I was like, what are you taking notes on? But he was kind of obviously had in his head that he needed to do this. And he told me afterwards, because I'd probably be like, oh, just another mentorship. Like, we can't do that. It's not going to work. Or
it was another expense.
Yeah.
And we've tried mentorships before. It didn't work, basically.
I would say the primary difference is that you guys know fitness inside out. If we hit a problem, we know that if we ask you, the response is coming back from a place of, you've probably hit that bottleneck before. So you get like individualized advice, you know what I mean? And you know that it's coming from experience. We're confident that you guys are directing us in the way that is right for our business.
I think for me, the big thing was that you're gym owners. You've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, you've been there, you've seen the issues and you know how to navigate your way around it. You looked at us and you were like, right, you aren't small group personal training, you're small group training and there's a slight difference. You need to go this route rather than the same route as every other small group training facility.
Just that we wouldn't really get anything out of it that was any different and that would actually make a difference to us as a business and a family.
Will I have time to actually do the things that need to be done? Whereas I think with yourselves, it's not like you need to get this done by the end of the week. It's like if you work through this, it'll help your business. It
has decreased the stress even between us. Conversations about the gym and the direction of it. I think we're very much on the same page now and moving in the same direction. Obviously financially, it's making a big difference as well. Just knowing that we have other people in our corner to help us make decisions and to have the confidence moving forward with those decisions that it's not just husband and wife kind of battling against each other to make these decisions. So yeah, it's been a great investment.
It's amazing to watch so many other gyms grow as well. You're not just doing it with us, you're doing it with so many people and you can see that you're creating success across the UK with gyms worldwide.
Yeah, like we would have fought a lot over business. I would say we were kind of separated because of that. So I kind of just viewed it as, well, he's in control, he calls all the shots, and I'll just sit in the background, you know, because we just didn't agree on stuff. Whereas now it's very much teamwork. We do talk about things, we do make joint decisions. And yeah, I'm not going to say that we don't still have heated discussions about things, you know, we're trying to make decisions, because we still are very opposite in terms of personality. But I think it's healthy now, and we can come to good decisions from it rather than just arguing blindly.
I think it's like having two different job roles. So Julianne takes control of KPIs, marketing, and then I take control of the things that Julianne's not interested in, the coaching and leading the team and pushing the two different things together. It definitely has helped the boat to go faster.
There's just so much more structure. There was so many things that just weren't getting done, whereas now we know, right, okay, this week this needs done, this week, you know, and we know that, okay, well, if certain part of it isn't done, that's my responsibility and I need to take control of that. So we're kind of accountable to each other as well, you know. In terms of turnover, so we've almost doubled our turnover since we joined 7 months ago. Doubled our gym capacity, so with change in the structure and the model, which obviously allows us to have so much more growth. And in terms of our quality of life, I would say.
My coaching hours have dropped from like 6 days a week to 1.5 days a week.
Which just makes such a difference to me. We have a little 10-month-old baby. For me, being at home all the time by myself, if he's coaching 6 days a week, is quite stressful, whereas being able to have him at home to help share the load makes a big difference. And obviously with baby number 2 on the way, that's going to be a big help too.
That was always the dream. The dream was to have a business that didn't own you, that you owned the business, and you have helped us to create that.
It just feels like amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like not carrying that burden every day of just getting up and grinding, and to actually feel excited because we now have the confidence, like we know, like without a doubt, the gym is going to grow and we will get to where we want to, whereas we couldn't have said that before Gym Owners Network. It was like, maybe. It was a dream, it wasn't a goal.
I think everyone's experience is going to be different with the Gym Owners Network. I think it's not one thing fits all. I think it's very much you come in with your goals and you're guided towards what you need to work on to get out of it what you want, and you can get out of it as much as you want depending on how much effort you put into it.
I don't know. I don't even know how to package it into a few sentences. Do you know what I mean? Challenging. Because you are going to be challenged. If you think that you're going to come onto it and just continue doing what you're doing, then you're wrong.
Because you are so driven, it kind of rubs off on everyone else. Because you want to bring everyone with you. Because you're not only trying to grow March On, you're trying to grow the fitness industry for everyone about. I think it's balance. Because you have a balance of everything. You have Matt that's so good at the marketing and all the infrastructure in the background. Then you've brought Alex on board, who has run March On, or the gym, the headquarters, and basically has the knowledge of the programming and what you've taught him to do. And then you have yourself, the master, who has opened a certain amount of gyms, and we're able to basically know your weaknesses and how you've came out of the other side and put all the structure in place to create what March On is today, with the help of Ollie also. I think that's the difference between yourselves, is that anyone can throw any question at you and one of you will have the answer. It's tailored towards you, but it's kind of open to the group, so everyone kind of gets a glimpse of what needs to happen. But I think if you ask the question directly, you're getting a direct answer for your business. You're not getting a generic answer that they've said to 300 people before.
You learn so much from the group and from all of those kind of group Zoom calls. So like across the board, across every gym, there's so many common themes and so many common questions that you don't need individual calls all the time, because you don't have to ask a question, someone else is going to, and you can just listen and get the solution from listening to the struggles that they've been through. It's been brilliant. I feel like he's believing now. He has confidence. Prior to the programme, he's quite a laid-back person and things would have just kind of floated over the top of him, but now he's really stepped up and has a real hunger to kind of reach our goals, which is amazing to see. I'm proud of him.
I think it's been amazing, just that you've been able to help, and she's been telling me for 3 years I need to track KPIs, and Jen says once and I start doing it and it all starts to work. So it does, so it's like I should have listened to her a lot longer.
Sooner.
Sooner.
Behind every good man comes a woman.
That's it.
Definitely.